Welcome, friends, to Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter. We bring you the greatest female voices in the music industry, from the artists, songwriters, and producers, to managers and executives, and all the women who make the music industry what it is today. Thank you for joining us. Welcome, friends, to another episode of Crazy Women Country. I am Donna, and Jessie is here also as a co-host today, and we are here with Miss Angelica Appleman. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Donna?
I am doing well. I'm just happy here, hanging out. Jessie's getting massages because she's very demanding co-host today. But
I love
otherwise,
watching that.
she'd be like, "You can hold me and pet me." Sweetheart.
She really is.
Oh. So I'm so glad to hear. We were talking before the show that the weather is so nice in Canada. We'll come up and visit because she likes cold weather as well. We enjoy not
Nice.
super cold, but
No, it's not super cold.
Yeah. But before it starts snowing, before those temperatures, the 40s or whatever the Celsius is, I don't know off the top of my head. But yeah, before those degrees.
Yeah, definitely. I would like to go your way during the winter for sure.
Okay, so then we'll just bring you back with us and you can stay here in Florida and we'll just enjoy the warmer Florida weather. And and then the summer we'll go to Canada where it's a little cooler for us. So
yeah, that's awesome. What a great trade-off.
Yeah. Good plan.
Yeah.
So we'd love to start off with the most difficult question.
Ooh.
Are you ready?
All right.
Okay. Who is Angelica Appleman?
Ooh, who is Angelica Appleman? Would you like me to define her in my own terms, kind of thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So I like to say that Angelica Appleman is the perfect combination of sweet and sassy. She has a very big heart. She's loyal almost to a fault. And she loves to make anybody smile or laugh. That's probably one of the biggest goals in my life. I am a legal assistant by day and country artist, singer, songwriter by night and on the weekends. I am very passionate, goofy, incredibly loving, and Italian.
Oh, I love that. I love throwing in the Italian. I should start throwing that in too.
Right? Are you Italian as well?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
This is why I knew we liked each other. We always find each other.
Absolutely. Especially, and it's funny because I always used to say that, like, we used to have like dinners at holidays. They were like all day affairs. Like we'd start with, you probably had those big dinners, right?
Oh yeah,
or
every
lunch
Sunday.
dinners, whatever you want to. Yeah. That's like, okay. I'm full. They're like, no, we have dessert yet. I'm like,
yeah,
more food. But yeah,
manja.
exactly. Oh. So you recently had the third release off of your EP called U-Turn. Tell us a little bit about that. Tell us what the song's about. I mean, I love it, but tell our listeners what the song's about in case they haven't heard it, which they will go listen to it after the interview.
They better no. So U-Turn is a song that I wrote with my really good friend and songwriter David Madras. He is in Toronto, but he just moved to New York. David is somebody who, when you write with him, he is like a chameleon and he can just adapt to anybody's kind of style. And so a lot of people love to write with him here. And he's just so welcoming and warm, and really you can bring any idea to him and he's down. So that's awesome. Also, the fact that we're such great friends, there's such that comfortability in the room. So I was telling him a little bit about my dating life, and I was saying that I haven't really had a lot of great experiences. And I had heard a lot of things from my friends about the dating apps and how, like nobody's good out there. And I'm so exhausted of this. But I said, I don't know. I had this really great summer with this one dude after being in really bad relationships. And he wasn't my typical type. He was somebody who I was like, you're a really nice guy. And you're a friend of a friend. I'm just gonna give it a shot and see what will happen. And he really changed my perspective on love and dating and relationships. I learned so much about myself. I learned so much about being accepting of other people, people who aren't your type, kind of changing your perspective or making a U-turn, as I like to say, on the track of love. And that's kind of where the song came from, is that it's a positive, optimistic approach and story about finding love and having hope in love.
Oh, and it's beautiful. It is a
Thank
great
you.
song.
Thank you so much.
Just singing along today while I was working. As some of us have other day jobs, as you've mentioned, your day job. I work in healthcare. So yeah, I was able to listen to that for a while today and was just enjoying it again. And
it's a bop, eh? Like I even get into it as well. And I find that like when I'm sitting at my desk, I'm like, do I turn on my own song? And sometimes
absolutely,
I
there's
do.
nothing wrong with that.
Right? Who else is gonna give you the streams? No, I'm just kidding.
So everyone go to Spotify after the interview, go stream this for a few times, keep it on repeat. Yeah.
It really will turn your bad day into the best one. I promise.
And it is so upbeat. That's what I love about it. It's like, it was just so upbeat and just like,
yeah.
like
And it's one of my favorite things to do in songwriting is play on words. And I actually went to U of T for theater and drama studies, but my other major was English. So I did a lot of stuff in English, a lot of creative writing, a lot of essays, a lot of talking about alliteration and all that kind of stuff. And words are I'm a little bit nerdy about words. So I told David, I was like, I think it'd be really cool if we used all the different ways that we can do U-turn and then bring it back with the U-turn. And I just think it's so cool how we made that work.
Absolutely. I love that. That is one of the things that as a writer myself, I love that alliteration. That was just awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So now tell us, your EP did come out this year and it's a reason or a season. So tell everyone a little bit about it, the process of the songs you picked. And usually I know that when everyone goes into doing EPs, albums, they have tons of songs like, oh, I could put this one, this one, this one. So how did you select the songs you selected?
So it was very tough. I will not lie. But I kept going back to the reason that I chose a reason or a season. And I actually picked that at the beginning before I had even written a lot of these songs. I knew that I wanted the EP to be about the different seasons that we have in our lives, showing that, the growth that we have and that we're not always the same thing. And it comes from the quote, people are in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And I felt like I really wanted to encapsulate what my 20s were for me and just how much growth I had and how there were so many different seasons in my life and the different relationships that came and went and what they meant to me and what they taught me. And I think it's just one of those EPs that is really going to speak to people in that sort of age group or even people who've already passed that age group. They'll go back and they'll be like, I remember my 20s when I was really learning to find myself. So I think it's like a big self-discovery map, so to speak. And I'm really proud of it. That's for sure.
Absolutely. And I think you can relate to past your 20s because there's some people that don't really find out who they are until they are older. They kind of just go through life and then all of a sudden it's like, bam. It's like, yeah.
I mean, what I love so much though is that these songs have been so therapeutic for me as well. Almost every time that I release a single, I'm like, why am I going through this at the same time as releasing this single? So for instance, with Happy Place, I felt what I needed to remind myself of during the pandemic when, we couldn't do a lot of things, and to cherish the simple times and be super grateful. And it was that my own song that brought me to a happy place during those dark times when you can't do music and there wasn't a whole lot of people that you could see and things like that. So that was really important for me. And just also realizing that, there are people who I can look up to and be like, that's the kind of love that I want, or relationship that I want. Somebody who does remind me of my happy place. And then Guilt Trip, for instance, was just me learning to be confident in myself and in what I believe in and who I am as a person, and to really honestly just own who I am.
Yeah.
And that was more finding myself. And I got to a place where I was like, I'm not that girl that you can push over anymore. And I'm not going to take a lot of the crap, so to speak, that I used to. So that's more of a song for myself, and more of a song that I go back to. And I actually found it very difficult when I released it, because I was like, Angelica, you wrote these words. Go back to these words and remember that you are so much more than what these people are telling you. And I feel like it could be a pep talk for anybody else who's been put down or underestimated. And then U-turn, I kind of call myself out a little bit in the song. I kind of say, I got so used to thinking that everybody was the same. But really, when I decided to change my perspective and to be more optimistic and to be more positive and almost manifest what I wanted, and to be that version of myself and be more open to new experiences and new people, as this new version of person that I am, or woman that I am, then that's, you get the fruits of that. You know what I mean? And I would say U-turn right now is exactly where I am in life. I'm very hopeful for what's to come and the adventures to come. And even though I am a single lady, having had that experience, I now know that not every person's going to treat me like crap, and that it's up to me to manifest, or to have hope that good things will come.
Absolutely. That's so true. I mean, I think sometimes that's exactly right. And changing your perspective does a whole lot for someone. I mean, just in general, I can't, people that have never had that ever shifted their perspectives to being open, and even just open and accepting other people's perspectives before they, rush to judgment. It's quite a unique feeling to be able to be that person that goes, oh, okay. I might not agree, but okay, I can see your point of view. I can,
exactly.
So.
And then I think you had said, like, how was it difficult picking all of the different songs? I had written probably over 100 songs before I had chosen what to put on here. And I think I just went to the songs that spoke the most to what the journey of the EP is, and what connected the most with me. And that was really important. There were certain songs that I was going to put on instead. And then, for instance, Guilt Trip almost didn't make the album. And
no, and that's a great song.
Thank you. And I love it too. And I kept being like, I don't know, I love Guilt Trip, I can't say goodbye to it, blah, 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 blah. But I was so worried about how it was going to be received, and if it was going to fit the rest of the EP and the kind of sound that I was building. But I realized I'm not just one thing. Lyrically, melodically, as an artist, as a human being, and I really wanted to showcase that side of me. And I honestly just really love that song, and there was something inside of me saying, it has to be on the EP. So that song almost didn't make it, but I'm so glad it did.
Absolutely. And now I know they're all your babies, but is there one, and I'm the type that I will go through and I will listen to an album or an EP and I'll be like, that's my favorite song for a while. So is there any song off this EP that you're like, that's like my favorite song right now, or just kind of love all of them?
I would say U-turn. And I think because it's it feels like the most of where I'm at right now, but also just, it feels the most me, both melodically, lyrically, like who I am as a person. I'm so proud of it. I love what David and I did with this song. And it's also one of those songs that slid onto the EP. We actually weren't planning to put it on at all, but when I played it live and seeing the reaction that people had to it, I was like, ooh, this song is special.
Yeah.
And I would say that's why I feel like it's my favorite, because there was so much of a journey that I had to go through to like convince my producer to put it on the EP. Played it so many times live to make sure that, you know, it was worth the risk.
Mhm.
We went back and re-recorded the vocals because I just knew I had more in me, and I wanted it to be absolutely perfect, and I wanted to tell the story exactly the way it should be. And I had a lot of mentors like Danny Strong of Taylor Entertainment who really championed me with this song, and just the reaction it's having with DSPs and radio is insane. I just feel so grateful.
Oh, it's an awesome song. So I'm really glad that you did push to get it on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so we're going to kind of move over a little bit, and I want you to tell me some of the women that have inspired you musically.
So I would definitely say Shania Twain.
Mm.
I'm trying to bring back 90s country, and if it weren't for Shania, I wouldn't even understand what that is. And I also love the soaring vocals of Martina McBride.
Mhm.
Sang like Independence Day, Concrete Angel, all those songs when I was younger. Faith Hill, I absolutely love as well for the same reason. Um, I would say Nicole Ray as well is a huge inspiration to me in the music community. She's opened up so many doors for me and has given me so much support. And if it weren't for Nicole Ray, I don't know where I would be. She's introduced me to a lot of people and has again championed me. Same with Danny Strong. Um, Amanda Kind as well is my vocal coach, and she basically begged me to do music and to go back to songwriting, and I begged her to take me back in vocal lessons because I actually struggled with my health for many years, so much so I was bedridden for 2 years, and it was a very difficult time, and I knew music was the only way that was going to heal me or get me back up. And the first person I wanted to reach out to was Amanda, my vocal coach, to get back into lessons, and she pushed me and she got my voice to where it needed to be, and we have such a beautiful friendship. She's also an amazing songwriter and vocalist herself, artist herself. She wrote Guilt Trip with me. She wrote Broken Heart Necklace with me, which is another song that's coming out pretty soon, which I'm excited about. So
Spoiler alert, everyone.
definitely, yeah, so I definitely want to shout out a lot of the indie women for sure, because I feel like they need that push. Elise Saunders is another big one. Kelly Prescott, Jessie T. I could go on. There's so many great indie women. Mackenzie Lee Meyer is another amazing one. Right now in country music, like currently, I absolutely love Tennille Arts. I love everything that she's doing. She kind of bridges that 90s sound with a more contemporary vibe, and she's not afraid to write about things that are a little more vulnerable, which I love. And I love Carly Pierce a lot. And talk about vulnerability. She wrote a whole album about
Yeah,
vulnerability and what she went through being 29. And I'm 29 now too. And it's crazy. Maren Morris is doing so much for Canadian women in country music. Nikki Guyton. There's so many. I love everyone.
absolutely. And I mean, it's so hard to just pick one or two sometimes. And I mean, I can relate to that because even from a writing perspective, when someone asks me your favorite writers, I'm like, well, I really have to narrow it down to my I think my three most influential, I always say,
Yeah.
and that's where I just stick to those three because those are probably my most three influential. And that's why I'm like, okay, but
Right.
there's so many. And it's the thing about the 90s is we had so many great women that you heard on the radio. And I'm saying this out loud because they're not played on the radio today. Just FYI,
I
radio, you're still
know.
not doing it. I like to call them out every once in a while. Not that they listen to me, but it
You never
makes
know.
me feel better saying it. So.
Well, we thank you for that. I always say that too. I always say, like, back then the women were killing it. They were at the top of the charts, the
Yeah.
only thing you heard on the radio. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that the caliber has changed. The women in Canadian country
Mhm.
music and American country music are absolutely incredible. They deserve to be heard. Like,
Yeah.
I hate going on to Spotify playlists and only seeing like 3 women on hot country or whatever it is,
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. And it's funny that because even in the US here, we didn't get all the, like, obviously we didn't know all the Canadian country until they would come to the US, you know what I mean? So I would seek out and like way back when, like Mackenzie Porter was starting out, Megan Patrick, like all those ladies, and it was like, it was so great to see like such great vocals. And it was just like here in the US, I had to go see, you have to seek them out. You can't just
Right.
listen on the radio and be like, oh yeah, awesome, but
Mhm.
hopefully just
Yeah.
hopefully that we get back to that. I mean, I think it was Marissa Moss that said that I think we're down to like 8% or something on women airplay across the US. So it's really
That's
sad because in the 90s we're at 35%. So
Wow,
hopefully,
that's crazy. I'm also
yeah.
trying to get more in touch with the women in the States that are in the indie community as well, because I know so many of the women here in Canada, but I'm like Haley Witters is another one that I'm absolutely loving out there. Callista Clark. There's a lot
Mhm.
of great ones there.
Absolutely. We could go on all day with just
Oh yeah.
amazing women. We could. Oh my God. Oh,
For
so
sure.
to cut that short, would you like to do our 20 crazy questions?
Oh yeah, let's go.
Okay. There's no rhyme or reason, and I promise we won't get arrested yet. Oh, so tell me, what's your dance like nobody's watching song? The song you absolutely
Ooh.
have to dance to.
Um, I have two.
Okay.
And I don't know why this came to my my head. But what is that song? I don't even know what the title is. All I know is I just get into it. It's like, first I was afraid, I was petrified, kept thinking I could never live. Me and my cousin go crazy to that. And I don't know why this song gets me so much, but I would say, oh, I have two other ones now. Dang it, it's so hard to narrow it down. So the one is Lee Bryce's One of Them Girls. I just like go crazy dancing to that in the
Yeah.
car or wherever I am. And then my oldies tune would be Come On Eileen.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a good one. Yeah. And the first song was I Will Survive.
Oh, I Will Survive, yes.
I didn't want to interrupt you, but yeah. Oh,
No,
those
all
are great
good.
songs.
How about
So
you?
me, my dancing noise, I'm the type that I will just like pretty much any song. I don't know if I can narrow it down. Like
Yeah.
I will go from like a Taylor Swift pop song to like, a Leslie Gore, which is an oldie song, one of her like It's My Party.
Oh,
And I'll cry if I want to. Yeah, yeah. See, I know you know that song.
yeah.
How could you not? No.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I can't say that there's just one for me either. But so what about workout songs? What is the best workout song or genre?
Ooh, I like I like working out to rap music. I also work out to country music, but I feel like rap music just like really like gets you in it. And like old school 90s, like Biggie Smalls, Tupac.
Oh, I'm gonna pull
Yeah.
out the old 90s rap. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. It really like gets you going.
Oh, I love dance mixes. So that's usually my, upbeat
Yeah, like
140
Saturday
usually. So
night and the
you're
air
just
feeling
running.
hot. Yeah, those are actually really good too.
Oh. So tell me your top two favorite concerts.
Ooh, Shania, for sure.
Yeah.
I've seen her twice. So either one of those. And I just saw the Backstreet Boys this past summer with my sister. They came back after 30 years.
Yes.
And it was everything. It was one of the best concerts I've ever been to because they just played every song, but they didn't play like all of the songs. They just played the good parts of the songs, and then they had like mashups.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good. It was the most nostalgic, beautiful experience.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I always love when people mention the boy bands like that, because I have to admit, when I was a teenager, I wasn't into most of the boy bands. And it's kind of funny because I was into the women of country. And
Yeah.
I always joke and say I had a boyfriend back then who had got me into NSYNC and 98 Degrees and Backstreet Boys. And I'm like, okay. Not saying that I didn't listen to him before, but like he really got me more into appreciating their music. So I have to give him a
Love
little
that.
credit there, a little shout out, yeah. Oh, so tell us an album, an artist, someone we need, or someone or something as an album we need to listen to before we die.
Oh gosh, that's a really tough question.
Mm.
Oh, you're really putting me on the spot.
Yeah, is there like one artist that you would be like, you have to listen to her if you've never listened to her, or him, or you know?
Lady Wilson.
Oh, that's a good one.
She's one of my faves. I don't know why I didn't say her earlier.
You're
um,
saving her for this question. You knew it was coming.
yeah, I was. I was. Lainey, who else would be another? Oh, Tim McGraw. He's just classic.
Mhm.
Has so many hits. Shania, classic, so many hits. I'm trying to think of something like recently that's like really, who's actually starting to um really get on my radar is Hardy.
Mm,
I'm just like, dang, that guy is,
great songwriter. Awesome.
yeah, like, and the things that he's writing about, it's quite progressive and
Mhm.
like empowering for women and like standing with women, and I really really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has some great stuff out, that's for sure.
Mhm.
So, like I said earlier, we won't get arrested yet, but hypothetically, if I came to you and said I need to hide a dead body, do you know a good place?
Oh jeez. My closet. My front closet is, I'm actually looking at it right now. It's where my nieces and my nephew like to hide because there's actual stairs that go up because it used to be like it was part of the house.
Mhm.
So it's just like you would never know. Like you could hide at the top of the stairs in my closet and no one would see you. Anyways,
That's
that's where
great.
we can hide the body.
I love it. Okay, we might have to like wrap it up or something. It might smell, but okay. Oh, do you have a game plan for zombie apocalypse?
Oh geez, no, I'm the first to die. I, I will call it right now. I am usually like, I have heard from a lot of people that I would be the first to die of the zombie apocalypse because I would be like, I don't know, I would probably like offer somebody something, not realizing they were a zombie. No, but I think I would have a plan, but it would never really work out. What would be my plan? This is a great question, by the way. I'm really gonna think about that later. This is gonna
Oh,
be a not so great answer right now, but I would hoard all the food. I would like go back into like pandemic mode, and instead of toilet paper, I would just get like all the food.
oh, so that's step one. We got that. So we'll start there.
Yeah, that's where we'll start.
Well,
And
good
that's
news.
probably why I die first too.
I'm pretty sure zombies don't like cold, because we've been talking about different people that have watched all the zombie movies. Someone came to the point that the revelation of they don't like cold. So I'm like, oh, they're like, you've never seen a zombie movie with snow on the ground. I'm like,
So come to
I was trying to
Canada.
think about this. I'm like, not that I've watched a lot of zombie movies, but I'm like, I'm gonna have to go check this out now. So, needless to say, so that's the thought is that, I'm pretty sure we might be safe in Canada when it's winter. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we'll go to
So I'm gonna come
Yukon
visit you and
territories. Yeah, we'll go to the Yukon, or the Northwest Territories.
perfect.
Yeah.
So, tell us, what job would you be terrible at?
Oh gosh. What job would I be terrible at? Anything to do with like math. Like an accountant or um yeah, I math is not my strong suit. So anything where you have to like count numbers, do a lot of like being an engineer, maybe being a
Yeah.
coder,
Rocket
anything like
science.
that.
Yeah.
Anything technological too, I'm right off. Like, no way.
I totally understand that.
Yeah,
Oh. If you won the lottery, what's the first thing you would do?
I actually have this. The first thing I would do is pay off my student debt. Which there isn't that much left, but I want to pay it off. Um, I would pay back my parents for some of the help I've had with music. Um, I would. I always said I would give a portion to charity.
Mhm.
I would go to Italy.
Take me with you.
I would definitely take you with me. um, and I don't know, buy my Nona like a nice house or something like that.
That would be really sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think most of us would pay off some debt. I think that's, as human nature has it. We just want to pay off the debt and, you know, get rid of
Oh,
those little debts that are,
yeah, and invested into all my music career, of course.
of course, you can't not
I
do
have to
that.
be smart. I have to save some for my music career.
Yeah. Oh, so tell me, what's the last thing you read?
Oh, I haven't read in a while.
A news article? I would say something
Oh.
at work, but you probably can't divulge something at work. Kind
I
of
don't
like I
know if I'm
can't.
allowed to say this, but I read a case at work today.
Okay, so the end. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah,
say
yeah.
about what because there's a lot of confidentiality things, but yes, I read a case at
Yeah.
work today.
Totally understand. I work in healthcare. Everything is compliant. So yeah.
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 It was terrifying, I'll say that. A scary case.
Not good.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll have to recommend some books for you to read.
No, I just like haven't had time.
Yeah.
I've just been playing a lot this summer and it used to be something I loved. Actually, I've got all my books right there. I don't know if you
Yeah.
can see them.
Yes, ma'am. We can. Yeah.
So I do like to read, but I haven't really taken time to read.
Well, so we just get busy. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Get busy and yeah, that
Although
downtime we don't have because we're.
yeah, I do want to finish the book I did start reading called Lullabies for Criminals. I heard it's really good.
Hmm,
Yeah.
I'm gonna write
It's
that one
about the
down.
Holocaust. So,
Huh.
yeah.
I'm writing that down now, as you can tell, over Jessie, who's laying on my lap reading.
Aw.
Well, so I'm like trying not to disturb her. She's like, I'm sleeping, or she's pretending. I'm not sure. Okay,
So cute.
I'll just check that one out for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you prefer boots or heels?
Oh, boots. I'm already tall enough. I don't I don't need heels. I can't walk in heels. I'm a little bit of an awkward giraffe when I'm in heels, so boots for sure.
Oh, wonderful. Someone else said that the other day. They're like, well, I'm almost 6 foot, but like I don't wear heels ever. I'm like, okay, understood.
Tall
Oh,
girl problems.
yeah, right. And then there are short people looking like, shut up already. Oh, there are advantages to both, I'm sure. Being tall, I can see the advantages. Just reach things on shelves. It's just awesome. So anyway, who would play you in a movie, or who would you want to play you in a movie?
Oh wow, these are such cool questions. Um
I'm glad you like them.
Yeah, I would want, okay, this might be strange, but I would want, okay, I'm gonna say it anyways. I would want Amanda Bynes before she went crazy, like when she was in like Family Channel times, to play like a younger me,
Yeah.
because I feel like everybody said we were very similar when we were younger. Like they were like, you're just like that girl from the Amanda show, which I'm not sure is a compliment, but we were both so like crazy and hyperactive and goofy. And I loved her in She's the Man. So I would say that that's the first thing that came to my head. Um, and then currently, ooh, who would I want to play me currently? Anyone from One Tree Hill? I love One Tree Hill, like
Ooh,
Sophia Bush.
that was a great, yeah.
That's my
Hmm.
favorite show, One Tree Hill. I've seen it like 15 times.
Oh, loved it. It had such great music to it, didn't it?
Yes, and like that's part of the reason why I think it did so well, especially like back then and stuff, was it
Yeah,
introduced so many bands.
it did for sure.
Hmm.
Because there was like, I was like, oh my God, they're playing that. Yeah, that was great. Some of the stuff they were listening to, especially some of the older stuff they would listen to from
Yeah,
like the 80s and stuff. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. They brought that back,
yeah,
you know? So,
cool.
so this is a little difficult question. Where's Waldo?
This is great. I love this so much. Where's Waldo? Well, the last time I read a Where's Waldo book was with my nieces and nephew. And Waldo happened to be in the dark evergreen forest behind the cottage. So that's where I'm
Ooh.
gonna say that's
So
where
is this
Waldo.
like what like is he like stalker mode or what? Like
I don't know. There was just different pages of Where's Waldo, and the last one I saw was they were in the dark evergreen forest, and he was behind the cottage.
it's making me nervous because everyone for a while there was like he's behind you. I'm like, oh, this is not cool. This is like a really bad like thriller psycho movie or something, you know, like
I also
yeah.
have a theory that Where's Waldo is just reincarnated into Elf on the Shelf.
Oh,
So those Elf
yes.
on the Shelves is actually Waldo.
Ah, so that's why we can't find him at Christmas time. I get
Right.
it now.
Yeah.
I get it. Oh, so what is the best thing in your opinion since sliced bread?
Ooh, Nutella.
Oh, nice. Goes well with bread too, doesn't it?
Yeah, Nutella is no, just on a spoon.
Mm,
I'm happy with
yeah.
it just on a spoon. Yeah, Nutella's my jam.
Nice. Okay, so good to know that if I ever have a cookout and I invite you, I can just have Nutella right there for you.
Yeah.
So,
Easy to please.
so there'll be other food too, I promise. Yeah. Um, in your opinion, oh wait, before we get to that one, would you rather cook or order in?
So I've been really bad lately because I've been on the road and all that stuff and super busy. I've been ordering in way too much, but I'm making a U-turn and I've decided that I'm going to start cooking again because I can make really great things when I have the time and I try, but now I'm just like, I'm going to fit this in now that it's fall and things are starting to slow down after the summer rush. I'm gonna start making a lot of like nice fall meals again. I want to try and make like a butternut squash soup.
Hmm, sounds yummy.
Mhm. Yeah, it's
Okay,
my
well, if you
favorite.
need someone to taste test, let me know. I know it's going to be a while till I get there, plane ride, all that good stuff. But yeah, uh, I have some homemade spaghetti sauce and lasagna and stuff on my plate that people have been requesting. So next
Yes,
week or two, that's my goal is to make some of that. So because I make a
I have
small pot of it, like
I have my Nona's sauce in my freezer right now, and I can't
Mhm.
wait. I'm so excited.
And I'm sure she makes the small pots too, right? You know, the they're
Oh yeah,
giant. They're
the
not small.
small
The
pots. She
small
makes
pots.
the
You know.
small pots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in your opinion, what's the worst pizza topping?
Ooh. Mm. I'm not a big fan of green olives.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not so sure I want those really on a pizza anyway. Black, okay, maybe. Yeah, I'm good. But
Yeah,
there was a big,
black olives are okay.
yeah, there was a big debate earlier in this year when I was asking this question. So I've had to keep this on and ask, what about pineapple?
I love pineapple on pizza. I don't know if that's weird. I don't know if that's not Italian, but I love ordering a Hawaiian pizza. Sue me.
Yes. And especially if they do like grilled pineapple and then they throw it on like pretty much after it comes out of, yeah.
Yeah. I
So
think it
it's not
tastes
all,
great.
yeah. Yeah. What do you wish would magically clean itself? The closet, the house, the car.
All of the above. No, I
Final
I just
answer.
all of the above. If I got to choose, I wish that my house would clean itself. That would be nice. I just spent like hours and hours cleaning it last night.
And probably being on the road, it's like you feel like it's just do it every time you come home, right?
Yeah.
Hmm. Tell us something on your bucket list.
Ooh, musically or like just in my life or
And
both?
whichever, both. Tell us both.
Okay. Um, musically on my bucket list, I want to get a top 40 hit. Hoping, putting that out there. Um, and I would say on my bucket list is going to Italy. Definitely. I have not been, and I'm Italian, and it just doesn't seem right. Um, and yeah, I'll keep it at that.
I'd agree. Definitely Italy is on my bucket list too.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you could be any person, for example, Shania Twain, or a position like CEO, and I know you won't want to be accountant, but just throwing that out there as an example. Who or what position would you want to be for the day and why?
Ooh, that is wild. Crazy, actually. um, I mean, you said Shania. That's a really, really good answer. I'm trying to think of something that like would be really interesting. Isn't necessarily music related.
Mhm.
Um,
Like a president,
although,
prime minister.
although like being Dolly Parton would be really fun too.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing that life a little bit would be fun.
Just being in her
Um,
mind for a day.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah, for sure. And like she's such a wonderful human, all the things that she
Mhm.
does for people. I think it
So
would
we
be
still want to grow up to be her, right?
hmm?
I said, do you want to grow up to be her too?
I mean, I think we all want to
Yeah,
grow up to be like
right.
Dolly. Yeah. Shania, all of them. They all
Yeah.
kind of are role models of each other, right?
Yeah.
Oh goodness. This is a tough question. Other and like besides the obvious, right?
Hmm.
Um, what profession would I want to be? Oh, this is kind of interesting.
I might hear it.
I want I'm like snorting. Oh my gosh. I want to drive. Sorry. Woo. Control yourself. You're in an interview. I want to drive a Brinks truck because then I would have all the money and then I could like see all of that money all at once and like be in charge of all of that money and like who knows what would happen with all of that money.
I have a feeling I'm gonna be letting you out of jail, huh?
No, I would never.
Oh, yeah.
But it would be cool.
That would be kind of cool. Yeah,
There's
definitely.
probably way cooler things, but that's what came to my brain. Oh man. Or an
Oh,
astronaut. That would be cool too.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I don't know if I could do the whole space thing for like months on end though, like that. A serious dedication. Like I'd be like, let me think about this for a little longer before I decide to do that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you have any words of wisdom that you live by? If so, what are they?
Ooh, I do. I have a few things, and a lot of them are just what my dad has said to me. A lot of the quotes he's told me growing up has really stuck with me. One of them is can't means don't know how or won't try.
Like that.
And I think that's kind of what has made me and my sisters really hard workers is
Mhm.
that he's kind of always said that, like whenever we were struggling with a sport or our homework or whatever, it's like can't means don't know how. So if you don't know how, you figure out how by asking for help or
Mhm.
finding the people or
Yeah.
looking things up yourself. So it made you very independent or hardworking, I would say. And then or won't try. If you're not going to try, you might as well not do it, right?
Yeah.
So that's always really stuck with me. Another one that stuck with me in this music business is throw mud at the wall and see if it sticks. Just keep throwing mud. That was another
Mm-hmm.
thing my dad had said to me. That comes with like everything, taking
Yeah,
risks, asking
exactly.
people to write, just I think constantly putting yourself out there, um, and seeing who's going to connect to it. And
Yeah.
if they don't connect to it, just keep throwing the mud.
Yeah. Exactly. That's a great metaphor for the industry in itself.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
And I've just tried to do that because um, I literally went 0 to 60 in
Mm-hmm.
this industry. I've only been doing it for about a year and a half, and it's been a whirlwind, and I kind of wanted it to be. And I think that's a testament to just me taking a lot of risks.
Absolutely. And
Mhm.
again, if you don't try, you never know what can happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are the two that definitely stick out to me.
Those are great. Tell your dad I said thanks.
All right, no problem.
Those are great. I need those for today. Yeah.
Awesome.
So tell us, what does the rest of 2022 look like for you?
Ooh, 2022 is busy.
Ah,
Which I'm so happy about. I'll be releasing two more of my songs, which will then complete the full EP.
yes.
And then the EP will be released, I'm hoping, at the beginning of November.
Mhm.
Um, and we'll have an EP release party, I believe. I don't know. I may have just made that up or just put that out there.
Or just putting that out there
Um,
because that's what you want to do. And
yeah. I
yeah,
mean, I waited
why
so long
not?
to do this. Why not?
Yeah,
It's my debut EP. It would be so
yeah.
fun. A whole bunch more shows. I'm playing a lot of fairs and I'm playing some. Oh, I'm playing a really cool show for the 100.1 The Ranch radio station here in Listowel. I won a Battle of the Bands competition.
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I came in second as the runner up, and I got a performance spot, so I get to play. That's next week, so I'm really excited about that. Just writing a whole bunch more music, um, doing the music thing and the
Yeah.
artist thing, and um,
The writing thing. You are welcome back anytime, Angelica. It
oh,
was
thank
such
you so much.
it was such a pleasure to get to know you and chat with you today.
Yeah, you too. It's been so fun. I love everything you're doing, and it's so nice that you're giving us this platform and that you're asking such like human questions. It's lovely.
Absolutely. Everyone has to talk about their music on every other interview that I've ever seen. So I'm like, yes, I want to talk about your music, but let's get to know you.
Yeah.
Because, that's something that as a listener of music, we don't always get to know the people that we're listening to. Like, do they have some of the same quirks we do? So it's
Are
always
they
good
as
to,
crazy as we
yeah.
are?
Are
Well,
they as crazy as we are, right? Like, dogs jumping in, cats jumping into this. Yeah, weird questions, hiding dead bodies, the fun stuff.
Yeah, no.
So, yeah.
You picked a good girl for the crazy women country.
I am so glad. And like I said, welcome back anytime.
I'm happy to be crazy. We'll be crazy together.
Wonderful. And thank you all for joining us for another episode. Have a great day, everyone.
Have a good one.
If you enjoyed today's episode of Crazy Women Country, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Be sure to click the subscribe button for new interviews weekly. And thank you, friends, for joining us today on Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter.